This is the self-titled podcast of the Golf in Japan website, where you can check essential information in English about golfing in Japan, including more than 2,000 courses. We can help you book your round and make the whole process a whole lot easier. So check out golf-in-japan.com and start planning your Japan golf trip today.
Titleist Club Fitting, the fastest way to better. With a player-focused philosophy on fitting, Titleist offers a range of club fitting experiences from drivers to wedges. Your Titleist fitting specialist, thanks to an unmatched selection of products and technology, along with a wealth of fitting knowledge, will provide you with tour-quality fitting experience that can provide immediate benefits for your game. You can experience a fitting in English while in Japan. Just go to the Golf in Japan website and click on the Titleist banner. Or check the link in the description of this podcast. Titleist, the fastest way to better.
Golf in Japan, July 17th. We've got a full squad in the house. To my right is Pro Joe, the prodigal son returns. How are you, Pro?
Hello, everybody.
PJ. Damon, how you doing, mate?
Yep, all good, thanks.
Damon, I think I beat you by a shot on Saturday, but we'll get into that later. And Ryan, how you doing, mate?
Hey, whoa. I beat you.
No. There was a recounting of the scores, and turns out I got you by a shot. Sneaky 97.
I don't believe this.
We were both crap. Don't worry about it. Ryan, how you doing, mate?
USA.
Oh, God.
USA.
Old Trump.
Fight.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm glad someone pulled
Isn't
a
that unreal?
McElroy. Somebody pulled a McElroy and, barely missed the shot. So
Yeah.
that was the McElroy I wanted to see.
just unbelievable,
I don't know
isn't
if
it?
that's the right comparison to make. But,
Oh, my God.
That's incredible, isn't it? Yeah.
You know he played golf the next day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's
Yeah.
got he like hold a 20-foot putt or something. He turned around and goes, "That's the difference between me and the shooter. I make the shot."
He's got the jokes.
Wasn't he? Do you remember that he was hitting shots? He was hitting a couple of wedges just before he teed off, and I think he was using the SM10s.
Oh, is he?
I don't know about that, but
Okay.
they look like SM10s.
Okay.
Can we verify if
Trumpster.
Trump is a Titleist man? Do we want him?
Yeah.
I thought he was
What would they say?
PXG. I don't know, but he may be
could
Loki
be.
wedges.
He's got a challenge out to Biden after their debate performance because Biden was saying that he's a 6 handicap.
That's right. He said
So Trump
six.
said, "I'll give you 20 strokes," is what Trump was saying. But
then in the same sentence, he said he was also an 8 handicapper. So poor old Biden.
Biden's all over the map.
Yeah,
you know.
yes, poor guy.
Mate, Trump has the best lines. He goes, "There's no way you're a 6. I've seen your swing."
Yeah.
It's sad. It's funny, right, for us looking in, but is this the best your country can offer, really? I mean, it's crazy, you know? And the other thing...
That's why they tried to take him out, right?
But did you see what Biden said? He had Zelensky, and he was going,
Poor
needs no
guy.
introduction. You know, he's been fighting, an amazing war against Russia, and, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Putin. And he went, "Oh, sorry." And then he looked down for a minute, and he went, and then the penny dropped, and he went, "Sorry, Zelensky."
He did not say that.
He
I didn't
did,
see
he
that.
did.
He did.
Yeah, and he made
And
reference to
he's-
somebody else who was incorrect. It was who was it, Kieran?
He said Putin instead
He
of
said
Zelensky.
Putin, but he said it was
Kamala.
somebody
He also
else.
said Vice President Trump.
There you go.
Talking about Kamala,
Oh my
the first
God.
black woman to be Vice President Trump or something like that.
I mean, he's just having a shocker, isn't he?
Oh man,
Poor guy.
get him out of there.
I don't think he's a 6.
No, I don't think so either.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, that was an interesting weekend. Lots of golf as well.
A lot of golf
that we need to talk about.
Yeah.
But before all that, let's do our prefecture of the week, which I believe is
Chiba, probably one of the most popular golf destinations in Japan, I would say.
Yep. So
Yeah.
it's right next to Tokyo, and that's where all the Tokyo people go and play golf.
It is, yep. So it's the 28th largest prefecture. It's quite populated, so just over 6 million people.
Okay.
But some fun facts. Obviously, very agricultural related prefecture. So a lot of rice fields, peanuts, very famous, and obviously all veggies and Japanese pears, which we call nashi.
Great beaches too. I like Chiba to me
Yeah.
is sunny.
Yeah, I've spent Onjuku. I've been over to Onjuku and the beach there and all the surfers. Yeah, really good.
There's a really famous temple there too with I think it's the largest stone Buddha statue in Japan.
That's right.
There's
yeah.
bigger ones that are made of metal.
What's
or
that golf course you see? You tee off and you aim for the Buddha.
Yeah, Tokyo
I don't know
Bayside.
that.
Tokyo
okay,
Bayside, yeah.
Yeah,
The
you
name of
actually
that-
aim for it. Yeah.
Tokyo Bayside. That must be Nokogiri Yama is the name of the place where that statue is. So there must be.
Yeah, it's cool.
But
You don't know what it is, actually. You just see this white thing sticking up in the distance.
Oh, I do remember that.
There is another golf course closer by where you do...
it's so big you'd see it from so many golf courses.
yeah, that's true. Well, cool.
But yeah, so obviously to get to Chiba, there's two ways of getting there from Tokyo. Obviously going right around Tokyo Bay or going across the Aqua Line, which we've previously discussed, which is, 9 kilometers tunnel under the ocean. Then it pops up right in the middle of Tokyo Bay for another 8 odd kilometers of a bridge. So quite good.
Impressive.
Yeah, massive. Over 150 golf courses.
Is there really? Unreal.
There's a lot of golf courses over there. But if you come into Tokyo, basically that's the place to go. There's not so many golf courses within the Tokyo area you can go to that are public or accessible by non-members. So Chiba is a place, and there's just so many golf courses over there. You just, like I said, over 150, you can go there every week and just keep playing different course.
Yep.
But we've got 3 partner courses there. The Kizurazu Higashi Country Club by Resol, the Mana Country Club, again by Resol, and the Mana Country Club designed by Gary Player, which is a great course, again, a Resol.
Yep.
I've played all 3 of them. They're really good courses.
Close to each other?
No, they're quite, well, obviously they're both the Mana courses.
Yep.
So 36 holes, all in the same facility there, different clubhouses. But the Kizurazu Higashi, it's a little bit further out. But the Mana courses, they've got great facilities there as well. Hotels, zip line, swimming pool, great little resort place.
Cool. Is the Gary Player one is the one that has that bunker on the par 3 that goes from the tee box all the way to the green?
It is, but it's actually not a bunker.
Oh, it's a natural area?
Yeah, so it's got a lot of these. It's a red rock type of...
Oh, clay kind of?
Yes, like that. So you can actually ground your club, but they've got that on a couple of holes there. Quite unique to that course. But the 5 top courses, a little bit confused me because... I don't know, maybe our algorithm's not working quite correct, but the Yotsukaido Country Club, the Kozazaki Country Club, Chiba Noda Course, Sodogawa Country Club, and the Kimitsu Kagihara Country Club. A couple I've actually never played before, but...
Yotsukaido is a really popular one, isn't it?
Yotsukaido is a popular one?
Yeah, amongst the foreigners here. Lots of foreigners have... Well, they've had events there. I played there a couple of times.
And it's fairly accessible.
It is accessible. It's kind of short, quirky, around corners, but good fun.
So all of these are the kind of closest to either Chiba City or Tokyo. You know, so that's why they're coming up, because people are like looking at the map and saying that looks close, clicking on it, and that's why it's going up. That's the only commonality I can see.
Right. Okay. But there's so many great golf courses in Chiba. I mean, we'd need an hour or so to go over them. But I mean, Kieran, a couple of your best golf courses in Chiba?
I still think, I mean, I like Tokyo Bayside, actually. That's one of the better ones. I don't like the Chiba. I do like the Chiba Birdie Club.
Mm-hmm. That's a great course.
Yeah.
Birdie Club.
And then there's so many courses around the Narita area.
Yeah.
Which is
Narita Golf Club.
Yeah.
Glacendo.
Oak Hills.
Hills.
Taheo Narita.
That's a great course.
Yeah, good track.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a Gary Player golf
there a
course.
few weeks ago.
Yeah.
It was really
That's
good.
probably the closest course to the airport. The Taheo
Yeah,
one?
I think it's 10 minutes.
Now,
15
Caledonian,
minutes
isn't
max.
it? Caledonian, I mean, they're literally flying right over you, like to land it.
Yeah. It was a good plane effect, actually.
Yeah.
Pro Joe, your favorite courses in Chiba?
Oh, look, we've got 3 over there, Yachio, Narita, and Ichihara. But Tokyo Classic for me. I think Tokyo Classic's in Chiba.
Yeah. Yes, they do. The
I
branding.
tell you,
Tokyo Classic, but I
might
think
get
it's
in trouble for
Yeah,
this.
just like Disneyland.
Yeah.
It's the best clubhouse in Japan, hands down, because it's like a 5-star hotel. It's beautiful.
It is.
But I don't rate the course so much.
you?
No.
Oh, I like it.
Do you think that's going to be a possibility for the maybe future Zozo or something? Or
It's been on the cards,
Could
but
be.
apparently they don't.
Location's good.
It is. They don't want it. So they wanted this very private.
Yeah, it's going super Uber membership.
Yeah.
way.
maybe Live?
Yeah, look, possibly. I think it could host one. I think it's got enough room. Location-wise,
Yeah.
close to Tokyo. It's pretty good. I like it. It's a Nicholas golf course. I think maybe because
It's
I
not the
played
best
well.
Nicholas, though.
No, it's
No
not.
way.
But maybe it's because I played well there before. As a
What
reason
don't you
why.
like about it, Kieran? It's just like
I feel like so it was the last golf course Nicholas designed in Japan.
Yeah, it would be.
He
Yeah.
did it in 2017, I think, 2016, 2017. There's a few holes that are really, really nice, well done, and then I think there's like it goes downhill and then there's huge ravines that should have been filled in,
Yeah.
and it just goes around it, and it's just
Yeah.
it looks terrible. I just didn't like it. And,
So a few years ago we had the great. There was a typhoon. That 17, 18, something like that, and it wiped out thousands of trees. So it was very, very tree lined, and then wiped them all out. So apparently they became visible. All those areas you're talking
Because when I
about.
was there, I was like, geez, I said they could have done a better job with this one.
It really brutalized the golf
and there was
course.
about 4 or 5 of the holes that I thought like that, and they ruined it for me.
So that's probably what it was.
Yeah, nice finishing hole.
Yep.
Clubhouse
Par
is
five,
immaculate.
it is.
Yeah.
Play through.
Play
close to
through.
Tokyo.
Yeah, nice food.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's good.
it
They have
is.
glamping facilities and
That's right. Yeah, horse riding facilities too there, I think.
yeah, the horse riding facilities is a bit small though, but
Are
yeah,
they?
it's just a small field with about 10 nags in it.
Okay.
Yeah, and for all our inbound customers, come book
You
it.
can't get on there.
No?
Yeah, but I'd much rather go to Chiba Birdie, for example. Way better golf course. Similar kind of distance from Tokyo.
Yeah, yeah. Damon, what do you like over there? What have you played over there that you
There's so
enjoy?
many. Again, I keep repeating myself, but Bristol Hills.
Oh, yeah.
Bristol Hill, yeah.
Yeah. Kieran mentioned it, the Tokyo Bayside, PGM Maria, Golf Links.
Yeah.
Eagle Point.
Eagle Points.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's up in, you're talking about Eagle Lake.
Maybe.
Eagle Lake out near Narita. Eagle Point's up in Ibaragi or Tochigi.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a good golf course, though, Eagle Lake.
Did you mention Narita Golf Club?
Yeah, Narita
That's
Golf
really
Club. That's
good.
a Cordia. That's a great course.
Yeah, they used to have the senior PGA used to come over and play an event there a few years ago. Terrific course. And then Narita Hills is a really good track too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Narita Fairfield. There's just so many.
There is, isn't there? And easy to access. I mean, getting to those golf courses, even from Yokohama, where I'm from, down the highway all the way there, it's an easy drive. If you're driving, even public transport's not too difficult to get there either.
Yeah. Also, a big one that we haven't mentioned, Narashino.
Oh, Narashino, yeah.
Yeah, that's another great track. We've all played there a few times. I mean, that's
36 holes.
That's
Great.
really accessible by train as well from Tokyo. From central Tokyo, it's like 45, 50 minutes.
Better than driving.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
is that where the Zoho Championship?
Zozo
That's
is
it.
at the moment.
Zozo's
yeah.
there. Yeah.
Speaking of the
good track.
Zozo, we'll be getting the full announcements very soon about who's playing and the
Okay.
details of the event. So we'll definitely. Well, I think we'll have a special guest on as well to discuss.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
And when is that, Kieran?
Put me on the spot here, Damon. I believe it's October
Yep.
15th.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. Yeah,
Mid-October.
it's kind of mid-October. Nice temperature. That's a perfect time.
Yep, and totally accessible by the public.
Yeah,
They've
it
got
is
2
too.
courses there, King and Queen.
Yep.
And what they do for the Zozo is a combination of
Composite.
Them.
That's
A composite,
right.
that's
Yeah.
right. So when you're playing either one of them on the golf cart, it actually says this is the whole one of the holes
Does
for
it?
the
Yeah,
Zozo.
okay.
But no, it's I love both those courses are really good.
Yeah.
We'll have to get into it again, but you were saying like for the Pro-Am, it's perfect because like in Japan, it'd be less competitive to be able to meet some of those players and whatnot. So it's like a good opportunity to meet some of your favorite players.
Yeah.
It is actually, for some reason, it does feel like that when you're shocked at how close you are, and there's just a tiny little rope, and the pros are just standing there. You can literally, you went over and we're talking to Ricky Fowler, and
Yeah.
just stroll over and
Don't you get that feeling when you're playing with me?
no.
No,
I would.
Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah, I would.
opposite effect.
I was going to say, do you remember a few years ago when Abe, who was assassinated unfortunately, but when Trump came over, him and Abe went to somewhere random in Chiba. You remember that? And they shut down on a Saturday, all the motorways were closed for all the golfers coming back because
Yeah.
Trump was there. There was Black Hawks flying over, and there was all sorts of stuff. Does anyone remember that golf course?
I thought it was Kasumigaseki, but I might be wrong.
No, that was another time he
Was
came
it?
over and he wanted to see where the Olympics was going to be.
Which is the one where they got footage of Abe falling into the bunker?
That was Kasumi Gaseki.
It was Kasumigaseki. Yeah.
That was funny, actually. He had a good shot, then he just fell back. He was trying to get out, he fell back in. And Trump was laughing at him.
Poor old Abe.
Yeah.
What a sad demise. Wow.
Yeah, he took him to golf and sumo.
And hamburgers. That was a big story as well. Yeah, a lot of hamburgers consumed.
Right.
Oh, Mobara Country Club. There you go.
Mobara. That's a good course.
Is it? That's in Chiba?
Yeah, it's in Chiba.
Okay.
Yep, in Mobara, Chiba.
There you go.
I like the way I'm just looking at the selfie of Donald Trump and Abe when they were playing.
Oh, yeah.
And Trump's wearing the USA hat. And Abe's wearing
Bridgestone
Bridgestone.
hat.
That's a Japanese brand.
Yeah. So when Trump travels abroad, he always obviously the real patriot, orders American cheeseburgers and all this type of stuff. And just I'm reading something there when he was at the golf course, had like a double cheeseburger or whatever.
Did he really?
But there's a hamburger joint right near my place called Munchies.
Oh, I remember we walked past there. You said it's really well known.
So that's really well known because when Trump came here, that he ordered a burger from there.
Did he really?
Since then, it's become really popular. But
okay.
I remember he said at the time where he's like, it's good, but please use American beef. Yeah. Consummate salesman.
Oh, dear.
Very good. Yeah, so that's Chiba. Get out there. There's so many courses and really easy to book. So
And Disneyland.
And Disneyland.
Yeah.
You remember years ago you were asking, or not years ago, maybe 20 podcasts ago, you were asking me about my first job in Japan was working
Oh,
in
you worked at
Disney
Disneyland.
Sea.
Yeah.
Disney.
Disney Sea, was it?
Yeah, I wasn't a character, but I was singing. They had
Were
an
you
Irish
singing?
show. And just happened I was playing at a gig somewhere, I was singing, and this guy came up to me and goes, I'm the musical director of Tokyo Disneyland, and we have an Irish show. Would you be able to audition tomorrow? Well, all right. So I went out to, and it's like a crap office next to Disneyland that I went to. Audition, got the gig, and then before I knew it, I was up on top of this building in Disney Sea singing, and did that for 3 or 4 months.
Right.
Then the show finished, and then they changed up to something else. But it was the most interesting. I think my NDA is finished now because it was. I think there's a 10-year contract
is it? You're
where
right.
you were. They came in with like the first thing to do is they have about 6 lawyers saying if you breach this NDA or if you talk about
Really?
anything to do with the backside of, because you see everything, like how it works. There's buses and stuff going around. There's 2 bus routes.
You see behind the magic.
You see behind the magic. There's 2 bus routes. You can see all the mechanics working on all the floats, and you see all that, and then people just hanging out, all the dancers and everything.
Is there anything worth talking about? I mean, the reason I have the NDA there.
Oh,
Oh,
there's
right, there
rumors.
is.
Yeah,
Oh, is it?
maybe not on
Rumors?
a podcast, but yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Don't invite him.
Kieran's gone very quiet for the
They've
first
still
time
got
in
his
his
soul
life.
in a jar somewhere. So yeah, don't.
I would
Righto.
say no. I wouldn't like to say anything bad, but I would say it's an amazing place, and they do run a very, very tight ship there. And I'd imagine it's much more strict than say the States or
Okay.
Paris or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's not even owned by Disney.
No, it's
is it?
owned by
Who's
this
it owned
crowd
by?
called Oriental Land.
Correct. Yeah. So when they were
Okay.
setting it up years ago, they kind of come to the decision that it wasn't going to make money. And so this Japanese corporation came in and said, no, we still believe in it. So they just sold them the rights.
Really?
Yep. And it became one of the most profitable Disneys in the world.
That's why it's so good, and that's why you can get alcohol there.
You can. I was going to say
Only
that.
in
I had a
Disney
couple of
Sea.
beers.
Only Disney Sea, right?
Not in
That's the
Disneyland.
Oreo.
No, I'm
land.
sure I had a beer
No,
at Disneyland.
You can.
No.
You can. There's
You
only
can?
One, there's only one. So my kids were really into Disney. So after I had retired from my Disney life and I had kids, my kids used, when you live in Tokyo, your kids make you go to Disneyland quite often. And I found that there's one little place, and it was beside the what was the roller coaster, the mountain,
Splash Mountain.
No,
Not
Thunder
Splash
Mountain.
Thunder Mountain,
Great
Thunder
Thunder
Mountain.
Mountain.
just underneath Thunder Mountain. There was just one little it was almost like a chipper in Ireland. It's like a counter and a little window, and you go there and you could order like some snacks, and then they had beer. Only one place.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and you can't even talk to, like, I tried to take my beer to go and watch, like, the parade or something like that, and they come after you. They're like, you have 3 choices. You're either going to give me the beer right now and I'll walk away with it. You can drink it right now, or you can go back to the restaurant where you bought it. And so,
okay.
chug, right? That's the only real
That's
option.
what I used to do. I used to, when my kids, I'd be in the pushing a baby car and they'd fall asleep. I go straight there. I'd smash out 2 or 3 of them, then I go back
You need it,
queuing.
don't you?
to queuing.
It's an amazing place, but as a parent, it's pretty tough.
Oh,
So
man,
it's
that's all behind
just
me.
lining up.
My
and-
kids go there now as kind of older kids by themselves with their mates.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah.
It's nice.
I spent all my money there too.
You will.
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
You think it's cheap, but it's actually not.
It's not
They're
cheap.
really good at. And if your kids are like, I want the popcorn,
I want this, I want that. Yeah.
You got to get
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta get it.
I'm sorry to hear you in that Irish show, though, because I always told my wife and kids that you played Peter Pan.
Stay with that, Ryan.
I had him as one of the dwarfs, but
I was in my 20s and I could have rocked the leotard back then, but not now for sure. It was called Cape Cod Jamboree Nights.
Okay.
So it was kind of like a rip-off of Riverdance, to be honest with you. They had all these Japanese people who didn't know how to do any Irish dancing, and they were kind of like just throwing themselves around a bit.
And were you dancing as well?
No, I was on the building looking down, singing the songs.
Oh, okay.
Actually, it wasn't bad. So I used to play guitar and sing, and then I played the bodhrán, and that's an Irish drum. And then it was good. There was 4 or 5 of us, good musicians. It was good crack, actually. Good laugh.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was it. Next time we'll talk about
in his previous life.
Yeah.
Good old Chiba.
Good old Chiba, yeah. So you got to go to Disneyland, and you got to play Tokyo Bayside. I think that's the 2 takeaways.
Yeah.
You were saying that Chiba's like the best place to go from Tokyo, and I don't want to get into it now, but like I live on the west side of Tokyo, and I'm seeing tons of stuff up and down like Tama area, and like, it's still part of Tokyo proper, the prefecture.
Yeah.
But I guess maybe you guys don't go out west.
They're
as
all
much?
private.
most of them are private or they're really inaccessible.
Yeah, Tama Hills is one of those.
Tama Hills is a military course. Can't get on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just threw it out because it came to mind. but-
Atsugi Kokusai?
Yep, the main course.
I'm eating.
Yeah.
I got an ace there.
Ooh.
Playing
Not
by
a story.
yourself. You were playing by yourself, right?
No. All right. Just very quickly, I'll tell you the story. So it's the Mercedes-Benz tournament that they do every year. And it was a big hold up for the par 3. And then I was playing with Andy Kinlay. And this particular tournament, you get a bus over. There's plenty of booze there's a cooler box on every hole. So we're pretty well oiled. And then we were kind of sitting waiting for this par 3, like 6 groups all backed up. And on this particular hole, the reason why it was all backed up was because there was a pro. And she would hit onto the green, and then your group would go, and you'd kind of, you could get her to sign an autograph. There's a big Mercedes-Benz S600 parked behind the tee box. So we were taking the piss out of everybody. Everybody was like really annoyed with us. We were like rowdy, a little bit leery.
Gaijin.
No, yeah, whatever. We just kept going on the tee. And we take the piss out of everyone. Myself and Andy Kinlay and Paul actually as well. And then everyone stepped up to tee. I was last, and everyone had hit it in the water. It was 165 yards, and then I just crushed a 6-iron just to about 5 feet short of the pin, and just rolled up with a bit of a break and into the hole.
How good's that?
Yeah, it was.
How many
so funny.
people were watching?
I'd say it was about 20. It was a charity hole, 20 or 30 people, and I was doing the
chicken dance
with the caddy all around the green. And then I turned around, it was pretty well oiled, and the car was there, and I said, I'm not to win in the car. Because there's like loads of people vetting it, like the staff, everybody. Right. And I'm like, I'm going to have to win in the car. The S600, so I'm freaking out. And then they were like, no, you get it for a weekend. That was the near pin.
What do you do with the weekend?
Yeah. And then about a year later, I remember I was at an event and I was talking to the director of marketing for Mercedes. And I was saying like, man, you could have, they were like, we would have loved to give you that car. Because we can insure it.
Sure.
And then we have a thing when anybody gets a hole in one at one of our tournaments, we make a big international PR about it actually. So it would have been great for us. And I was just why are you telling me that? Can you do it now? And he's like, no.
Hit another ace and maybe we'll talk. Yeah.
So there you go. Two good stories from me there. I'm done. Good night. Okay, so that was Chiba. Thanks very much for that, Damon. Yeah, lots of tour news. Where to start?
Golf. I'll start in Japan. So I'll start on the men's Japan tour, the Sega Summy Invitational, which is at North Country Golf in Hokkaido. Sega Summy. I don't know much about Sega Summy.
The computer.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah,
Sega
video games and also like arcades. They were really big in arcades. I think they have a few pachinko parlors and things like that too. So yeah,
it's a big event on the men's tour,
and a great course
every year. Yeah, I've seen it. I watched it on television a lot over the last few years. Anyway, Kensei Hirata won it at 19 under. I don't know much about Kensei. Beat Koshiro Maeda. And tied second was Satoshi Kodaira, who's a great player, great Japanese player, who's been playing in the US for the last few years. Do you know much about Satoshi?
We mentioned him last time.
Yeah.
You said he's a good follow on Instagram.
Yeah,
he's always drinking after every tournament.
He
misses the cut, goes on the lash.
Yeah.
And they do Instagram live.
Yeah. Now, one name that you guys might know is Yuta Ikeda. Kieran, I know you would know Yuta. Damon?
No.
You would know him if you saw him.
He wears the jumbo pleated pants, right?
He does. He wears the pleated pants and the colourful shoes. And he's 38 years old. He's won 21 times in Japan. And I've been following him the last few years, and his name's sort of fallen off the leaderboard.
Yeah.
And I had a look at him, and he missed the cut this week by a shot. Yuta had a terrible 2023 and lost his card. Went back to Q school, shot 67 in the first round, withdrawn in the second round, so must be injured. And now he hasn't got his card anymore. So he's
Wow, that's
relying
amazing.
on sponsors' exemption. So he's he's less than 40 years old, won 21 times in Japan,
He's a
and
big
hasn't
deal
got a
here.
job.
He's a big deal here.
He's a big deal.
Yeah, actually, if you look at the PGM commercials for the cool carts that we were talking about, he's like the guy going, "Oh, what's that? It's a cool cart," and he gets in.
Yeah.
So he's on TV a lot and stuff, and he does have an amazing swing. So free.
It's very free, and he takes
very
divots
free.
with all his clubs.
Yeah.
Even sometimes with his driver. I mean, he'll driver off the ground and stuff, but unusual golf swing, but super player. But that's the fickle nature of
the golf.
pro golf. He'll get sponsors exemptions for the rest of his time if he doesn't get his card back.
Yeah.
But he's quite an international player. He's travelled a lot all around the world and had a bit of success. But I think he might be injured. But I hope he gets back to it because he's still quite a young man, and he
is. Yeah, great player.
he's a great player.
He modelled his game on Jumbo Osaki.
He did.
Osaki, was that his name?
Yeah.
And he was like an interesting character. He used to wear these big baggy MC Hammer pants with 3 pleats on each leg. 3.
And
Not 2, not
satin,
1.
like satin.
Yeah, purple
material.
and stuff.
Yeah.
And then he'd wear like a black polo neck before Tiger made it cool.
Yeah.
And he would just go out like that. And he had this kind of like little bit of a mullet with a kind of a flat top.
That's
on.
right, got flat top.
But he was prolific in Japan.
Wasn't
Jumbo won over 100 times here.
Yeah, more than 100 times.
Yeah, and he, back then as well, Japan was really competitive. So he had like the biggest purses in golf were in Japan. This is during the bubble, 80s and 90s. So like he'd be playing against, the likes of Duval and stuff would come over and he played him. But then, so Yuta grew up looking at him and modelled himself in it. But of course, times change and he come out like, the 2010s, I suppose, and he's wearing the 3-pleat baggy pants, the MC Hammers with the polo neck.
Yeah.
And everyone was just like, who is this guy? But then his swing was like Jumbo.
It was too.
Everything was like Jumbo. So, it's just a shame to hear that he's not playing
He's not
better.
on tour.
Yeah.
Well, he's still there, but anyway, he missed the cut. But he seems
I
to
think he speaks English.
I
Has
would
a Gaijin caddy.
Yeah, I would imagine he's got a. Yeah, I don't know where he's from, but he does have a.
I think he's
a
Samoan
foreigner.
or
big,
Kiwi
really
or something.
big unit.
Yeah, big guy.
But it's nice to sort of see him back. The ladies didn't play in Japan this week, but the Japanese girls went over to the Evian champs, the Amundi Evian Championships in France, which is a major, and Ayaka Furue won it. So she's won a major.
She was amazing.
Amazing
played
to
so
see.
well.
Yeah. The Aussie girl, Stephanie Alphabet. I don't know how to pronounce her second name. And then Patty T came third. She's a good Thai player. So Ayaka has won 10 times on the ladies' tour in Japan. She won the 2022 Scottish Open. And she's been playing really well in the majors. She ties 6th in the last 2 events, or the last 2 US Opens, and had an 8th in the same event in 2021, the Evian champs. She's currently 21st in the world, and now another major winner, which is great
Her
for Japanese
swing
golf.
is just pure, isn't it?
She's so consistent, isn't she?
She's 5'1".
Yeah.
So another little like Ai Miyazawa.
Miyazato.
Miyazato. I should say. Yeah, she's amazing. What do you put it down to? All these Japanese players doing so well in the last year.
I don't know. I mean, there
Year or
was
two.
I think there was 9 Japanese ladies made the cut, and I think in the US Open, I said a few. That was probably a month ago. There were 20-something, 22 Japanese ladies playing in the field. So I don't know. Maybe it's because look, who knows? But maybe it's because some of them had success. Ai Miyazato became number 1 player in the world in. Look, it might have been 2010, 2011. So maybe the girls here saw there was an opportunity and a chance that a Japanese player can go overseas and have success.
And then
But now they're
Shibuno
all
won
over
the
there.
British Open, and after that, it seems like
Yuka Sasso.
there's a couple of them,
yeah.
all in the top 10.
Shibuno, she's been playing really well. They're all over there having, winning. So great for Japanese golf.
Yeah,
Anyway, she eagled the last hole to win it. The Aussie girl was
double
leading the
breaker.
way.
It was amazing, Paul.
And hold it. So
Yeah.
it's just massive. Shout out to the Japanese lady professionals here. They're doing an amazing job. Let's move to the Scottish Open, won by Bob McIntyre by a shot over Adam Scott. He finished at 18 under.
What a good tournament.
That was good.
Yeah, Renaissance Club. Yeah, so he won. Sorry, he didn't win. He came second last year to Rory McIlroy. I don't know if you guys remember it. McIlroy finished into the wind. Yeah, birdied the 17th, which is a par 3. Then hit 2-iron into the last into the wind. I think Bob hit a sand wedge into the 18th this year. That's how much different it played. It was downwind, and last year it was into the wind. But he's hit anyway, he's won it. He probably should have won it last year. McIlroy did, but it's good to see him win. He eagled the 16th. There's a little bit of controversy there with the drop that he took.
Yep. You better talk us through that one.
Yeah. So look, it's a par 5. It's a shortish par 5. It's a reachable par 5. I played there in 2022, and even I got on there in 2. So it's not overly long. So
no, don't look at me for a comment.
So he's a lefty. So he's pulled it into the right rough, and he's in the hay. And I'm watching it, thinking he's gonna wedge it out, third shot on the green. He's probably not going to win the tournament. And then the next thing I see, he's got like a clear shot. I'm thinking, how did he get that? Anyway, I didn't see it while it was being televised, but he's taken a drop, and it's a sprinkler head in the rough. And he's taken a huge practice swing, and he's gone to stand over his ball, and he's standing on a sprinkler head, which means he gets free relief, which a sprinkler head shouldn't be in the rough. Anyway, so I was just saying to the boys before, when you're on the fairway and your ball's on a sprinkler head, you're allowed to take a free drop. So the lie is going to be the same. If you're on the fairway, whenever you move it, it's always in the same position. Anyway, he's in the rough, and he's taken a drop. Now he's dropped in the area that he's just cleared with his practice swing. So he takes his free drop, hits a 6-iron to 10 feet, holes it, makes eagle, pars 17, makes a terrific birdie on 18 to win the tournament. But the problem everybody has is, well, has he taken the practice swing on purpose to clear a path because he knew he was standing on sprinkler head?
Yes.
And should when you're in the rough, should you be able to have a better lie than where you were originally? So so this is the point of controversy.
Especially when Adam Scott could have won it.
Yeah, so he's played within the rules. He's done the right thing, but it's brought up a really good point that if you're going to take a free drop in the rough, when you drop it, it should be in the same or similar conditions as where you pulled it from.
I didn't see this now, but was there a referee handy?
He did. He brought the referee in because there's cameras all over him, so he can't do the wrong thing. So he's well within his rights.
I mean, everybody does that, right? It's like if you're going to get a drop, you try and use it to your advantage. Every golfer
and he's done that.
Yeah, he's done that. Yeah. So, I mean, if the referee didn't call him out on it, let it go.
I think there's the difference about trying to get an advantage with a drop, but he's clearly paved the way to do it.
That's the first thing. Yeah, that's number one. And then in the rough, you shouldn't be able to drop it. I mean, he's hit it in hay, like it's knee high fescue, and he would have been able to hit it 50 or 60 yards out. I mean, it's thick green. There's a sprinkler in there, for God's sake, which means it's spraying water around, so it's thick and it's green. And it's just in the. I've thought when he's hit it in there, I thought, okay, he's dead there. Scotty's going to win it. Takes his drop, drops it in an amazing position. He got a fly. It's 250 yards, and he hit a 6-iron flyer. It's down over the hill, runs on the green. Anyway, he makes the putt, which is great. But I love that he won it because he should have won it last year when Rory ran over the top of him. But at the same time, there's always going to be an asterisk, I think, beside his name. People will talk about it, which I don't think is it fair? I don't know. But it brings up a good point that the rules officials.
I understand your pain. Rory McIlroy's tears still sting me. So, but I would say Robert McIntyre is a Scot, and the first time in 25 years that a Scot wins the Scottish Open. Come on. You got to give it to him. And he had to hit all the shots on the way in. And,
he did.
Yeah. He did. I think minus one stroke for ingenuity. He's playing it well.
Yeah, he's a bit of a throwback player too. I mean, he doesn't look like a
he's
professional.
a lefty.
He looks like he's a lefty. He's sort of, looks like a construction worker that has beers at lunchtime, doesn't he? I mean,
he looks like he's had a few breakfast sandwiches.
Yeah, he does.
Time on a building site.
And he's a very slow player, and he's had a lot of trouble with caddies too. Apparently, he's difficult to work with. But
because no one could understand his accent.
Yeah, probably. But in saying that, it meant a lot to him winning the Scottish Open. So I think it's good for golf. Big chance this week coming up at the Open at Troon, which we'll get to. But just a little bit of controversy. So if you're listening to this, just read up about it. It's an interesting case study.
Yeah. Adam, we feel your pain.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But he played so well.
He played so good.
A couple of silly bogeys and coming in though. 2 silly bogeys, I think.
Yeah, had a couple of bogeys.
So Joe, you were saying when was the last time he actually won?
I don't know. So he won he won the Masters in 2013, so that's more than 10 years. I don't know if he may have won in between that, not much. So he's not young. He'd be mid-40s now, Adam Scott. Still out there playing
43.
his trade. Is he? Yeah, which is unusual because a lot of his contemporaries have given it away. Or having a break until true. That's true. A lot of those guys have gone to live. Justin Rose is still hanging around, but I think he's still playing because he can still win.
Justin Rose didn't even make the cut.
No, he's a little bit up and down. But Poulter and Westwood and all those guys who early 50s went off to live
for retirement.
We got to get this in there. He's a full line. Well, he's not an ambassador of Titleist, but he's using all of their clubs, Bob McIntyre. So he's had a TaylorMade back up until his whole career, I think. The Canadian Open, I checked, he had a TaylorMade bag. This week he had some sort of sponsor on his bag, but I watched him and he's got CBs, he's got the Titleist driver, he's got the wedges.
Yeah, he was hit the GT, haven't he?
Yeah, he's got a TaylorMade putter. I think he's got a Spider putter, but he uses a Titleist ball. So good for Titleist.
Scotty is a Titleist guy?
Scotty, he was a full-line ambassador his whole career until recently. But he's actually gone back. He's got the GT driver. I know he's using the GT driver, but he always uses the ball shoe glove now. So he's got the foot
and
joy
driver.
And driver. But I think he's free to use whatever he likes. He's been using Murray. He had Strixons in his bag. He's had Titleist back in his bag. He's all over the place at the moment. But I think he's got the driver, which is good. And, of course, the ball and the FootJoy glove. So
it wasn't a very good tournament for the Japanese, though, was it?
No, they all missed the cut.
Every one of them missed the cut.
They did. Hideki, Kawamura, Hisatsune, Hoshino, Katsuragawa, and Keita Nakajima all missed the cut. So you noticed that?
Yeah.
I was really shocked. I mean, there's something in that. So Renaissance Club is a very exclusive club. I think it's about 30 minutes from Edinburgh. So like I said, I played there a couple of years ago. It's like a fake links course, good golf course, but not to the calibre of all the other golf courses in Scotland. So it's a bit of a shame that they have it there, considering they've got all these wonderful golf courses with great history. But it's produced some really good winners, especially last year and this year. Previous to that, I can't remember. But it's only been there a few years. But the Japanese boys struggled.
I love all my picks were there. Kind of Oberg, Morikawa.
God, he was so close as well.
Yeah,
wasn't
he was Oberg. Yeah, 3 over in the last round.
And he was all over the camp. He would just keep hitting these huge misses to the right. And
they were talking about that maybe it's because of the pace of play. So Bob is really slow, and Oberg is the fastest player on tour. So they were saying that he's got to learn to slow down. Because all the guys were shooting well under, and he's gone shot 3 over to tumble down the leaderboard. But he's still young, so he's still learning, so he'll get there. So Rory, I think Rory finished tied 4th, so his first showing since the blow
he got
up.
the 14 under, but he
was never really in it.
Yeah,
though,
he was pushing hard. He was missing putts and stuff. Yeah. So
again, it was a good leaderboard. But I think that was actually part of the PGA Tour.
I told you top 10. I was right.
Yeah. So why do you think the Japanese guys struggled? I mean, it can't be.
It's cold.
Yeah, cold, windy, different conditions. I mean, there's really nothing like that.
If any of them
over
came
here.
from Japan, it's like 34 here, and then they go to Scotland.
That's true. Yeah, there's got to be something in it.
Yeah,
I think Hideki
it wasn't
missed
windy
the cut by
though.
one. No, it wasn't really windy.
But they just I don't
Just
know.
the different conditions.
I think they didn't probably adjust. Everything's different, from what they're used to playing.
Yeah. I think we should talk about Liv.
Wow.
I watched it. I sort of followed it.
Rare words from Joe, though.
Yeah.
I think that was a great result.
Look, it was an exciting finish for Sergio and the Fireballs.
Yeah.
So it's at Valderrama, which is a really famous golf course in Spain, down the south of Spain. It's held Ryder Cups, the Andalucia Masters, Volvo Masters for many years. I've watched it for years and years. So it's a Trent Jones golf course, tree line, very Japanese style, really narrow, trees in the middle of fairways. It's only 7,000 yards long, so it's not long, but you have to hit it straight. And the scores were terrible.
Especially the last day.
Yeah, the last day. I mean, Anthony Kim shot 11 over the last day. He was trending. He was doing really well, but it's easy if you hit it offline. You're chipping out sideways. Just playing pinball in those trees. So it was a really interesting finish. Poor old. So Garcia ended up winning, and a Ban Lahiri. So they call him
poor
Ban.
guy.
So,
He did a Rory.
So he's six under. He's a shot ahead. Par 4, last hole. Hits it on in 2. He's got about a 40-footer. lags it up to about 18 inches and misses it. So if he had to hold that, the Crushers, he would have won outright. The Crushers would have won. So anyway, so it goes back to a playoff.
Drama.
A single playoff and a team playoff.
Yeah, all on those guys.
Yep.
Anyway, so Sergio's ended up winning it on the second playoff hole. So Anaban, not only does he come second, but they lose. His team loses as well. They came second. So it was, for that reason, I thought it was quite exciting. It was quite good. But an 18-inch, he yipped it. He yipped. I mean, he's he was just embarrassed.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
You could hear people in the background going something about Rory before he hit it. Whether it was like, don't do a Rory or something.
Yeah. But what was more egregious than that win by Sergio, did you see the uniforms of the guys, the Fireballs?
Yeah, the yellow.
So they had the yellow and the red. I mean, I think it was the red shorts and the yellow top with the red piping around the sleeves. Yeah. I mean, they look like fast food stuff. It just looks... I know I kind of know what they're trying to do.
Sergio's always been known for getting dressed in the dark.
Yeah.
Seriously, did he design all those outfits?
Look, he must have, because he's worn stuff like that. He wore... Man. There was one year that Harrington won the Open and Sergio probably should have won it, but he wore all yellow pants, yellow top, and they were saying, because he's right, you can't win the Open if you're wearing that sort of stuff, and he didn't. But he's always had interesting dress sense. Wow. But look, it was a good finish at a great venue. Yep. But I feel sorry for Anaban Lahiri. He lost not only, like I said, not only the individual, but lost it for the team as well. Just devastating.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not a real golf tournament, so it doesn't matter. That's a joke.
But if you look, if you look,
future of golf. What are we talking about?
If you look down the leaderboard, I have got it. So Swafford finished at 18 over. I mean, this is a 3-rounder. Thomas Peters, who's a great player,
18 over.
Yeah, 7. So Thomas Peters, who's a great European player, +8, +10. So they're both long.
But the final scores weren't that high, though.
No, 5 under, 5 and 6, 6 under, 5 under got to the playoff. Yeah. So the scores weren't great. I mean, there's some good players down the.
I mean, on the second day, AK he was tied for like 9th.
He was doing. That's why I was following him, and then shoots 83 in the third round.
So he's actually at risk of being cut. For next year.
Yeah, so he'd probably be demoted to the Asian tour. That's if he plays.
So I think a team has to pick him up.
Oh, that's right, because he's individual, isn't he?
Yeah, the team's got to pick him up, or he has to. His results have to get a little bit higher, so he's not in that cut zone.
Right. Yeah. So maybe they give him another wild card because he gets eyeballs. I mean, I'm watching it because he's there.
They don't really televise him a lot, though.
No, they don't, do they? So DeChambeau had another disappointing finish. I mean, considering he's been playing so well in the majors.
Doesn't matter. He won the US Open.
Yeah.
It's true. I mean, he doesn't. He's obviously rises to the occasion when he's playing in the majors. But Garcia,
Phil played better.
Yeah, Oosthuizen, Smith, Neiman, DeChambeau. Where did Phil finish? Midfield, didn't he? There was another event in the US at the same time. So there's 2 events. So the Scottish Open is considered a PGA Tour event. There was another one in the US. He's an Englishman. Harry, he wears the Payne Stewart type hat.
Yep.
There was like 5 people in the playoff.
And that was a shocking playoff hole.
They just hit it sideways off the tee. So the last hole, they went back down 18-5. Them, Zach Blair.
Only one person got it on the fairway.
Yeah, and they just hit it in the left shit, all of them trying to hit it away from the water. And it was diabolical. And then a couple got knocked out, and then they went to a par 3. So 3 of them on a par 3. Actually, I think they played the 18th twice. They went to a par 3, and 2 of them knocked it over the green, and Harry, the Englishman, also missed the green and chipped it in for a birdie to win. Bit of a non-event. I mean, the list of players list I knew nobody. I mean, I know them because I follow it, but it's really just nobody. Kieran, have you got his name there? Harry.
Just show him
I watched him. He came over to play in the Zozo Classic. He's a good player. And now he's won on the US Tour, so now he's got a job for the next couple of years, which is terrific because he's got a newborn on the way. So that's a good story.
But it was interesting, like all the top players overplayed the Scottish Open and didn't leave much.
They left nothing. I mean, it's
in the US.
There was some people that I haven't seen playing a tour event for years got a spot. But anyway, he's a good young winner. It's a good story, and it was a pretty cool playoff, although the golf wasn't very good. So yeah. Anyway, so Kieran, what are we talking about?
Ryder's Cup.
So
Ryder
you
Cup.
mentioned Phil Mickelson there, right?
Yeah.
That he's playing a little bit better. You did, Damon. Bethpage Black, right? In New York.
In New York.
Obviously, coming off a loss in Europe, in Italy, you want a strong captain, I would say. So everyone odds are on Tiger Woods was going to do it. I would have personally preferred Phil. I think Phil would have been absolutely, because it's time that Phil comes back into the mainstream mix. I thought, and he was so good in the Ryder Cups, and he's such a dynamic guy. That was obviously Tiger turned it down, and then Keegan Bradley gets a call up because of Netflix, and no other reason, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
just
straight out of left field, that choice. I can't quite explain it.
I can explain it perfectly because
I mean,
he got shafted because of the frat boys, they're calling them, right? Justin Thomas
Spieth
gets the
and
look,
Justin Thomas, they got in, which they shouldn't have.
which they shouldn't have. And Zach is like, they're staying together with Zach in some house and everything. And then Zach is the one that makes the call to tell
That's
Keegan,
right. Yeah.
you're going to be the captain.
Yeah.
So you got to step up. So it's almost like he was getting so much grief. Every time Zach Johnson was out in public, they're all going, Keegan, come on, Keegan. So and then it's made him look in a better light. That it's almost like his decision that he picked Keegan.
Yeah.
And then Keegan's just in shock, but he says, I'm going to do it, and I'm not going to have all the frat boys. I'm going to bring it back.
He'll have to choose DeChambeau and Brooks Koepka, and actually, I can't remember if Brooks played in it, but he has to. You got to pick the best players.
He did.
But yeah, very unusual.
Well, you think it's a bit of a pity choice? Or?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Netflix
would probably confirm the next season, though. Now it's all
that's true.
dotted line is signed.
Netflix probably had a meeting and said, "Okay, it'd be great."
Yeah, let's choose
because the Ryder Cup was the best bit of that.
Let's put him in a dress,
right?
and Netflix would love that.
So Netflix decided that, I think, and then amazing. But I think Luke Donald on the European camp is licking their chops right now because they're thinking,
I think so.
They're so all over the place. I mean,
they
Netflix is deciding who the captain is. Come on, over Tiger Woods.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't know why Tiger didn't want to.
Come on.
Yeah, didn't want to.
I hope the CEO of Netflix plays golf. That would be.
If they had Tiger or Phil, it would have been almost unsurmountable by the European team, I reckon. But now they're going to be all over the place. He's such a weirdo. Sorry, no offense. I do like him, but he just takes too many waggles with his club and does all sorts. He's got the putter and he's spinning it before he takes his ball.
He's a nervy sort of cat. I mean, he's a good player, and he's had a
That's not a
resurgence. No, he's not. He's had a resurgence the last few years, and he even said that the first few years on tour he didn't make any friends. He said, "I wished I had been a little bit more friendly to a lot of the players because he's not well liked." But that was just his attitude. He wanted to step on necks and win tournaments. So,
how's Phil? Is Phil really liked on the tour?
No, I don't think so.
Not anymore.
I also think, because he went to live as well.
But that's what I'm saying. If he came back, he's a crowd favourite. People love him.
Yeah.
Right? So he comes back. He kind of brings the two tours together, I think. Because he wins at Bethpage. He becomes like this kind of captain, the old guard, coming back in from live.
Yeah.
Great.
There's new YouTube out with Phil and Grant Horvat.
Oh, is it?
It was out this morning. You got to watch it. It's really good.
Oh, okay.
Phil's like his sarcasm and how he talks and gets in the other player's head and that type of thing. How he just mucks around and he would have been a great choice for sure.
He would have. I also think Tiger doesn't want to get involved because he would have to bring back maybe Phil if he's playing well. The live guys. I mean, Tiger hates live. He really does. He's got an agenda. There's no doubt about that.
So
he would have to bring DeChambeau and Brooks, maybe DJ, some of the other guys, maybe even Phil if he's playing well. I don't think he wants to get. But Tiger tends to suck a lot of the energy out of any event. So all the eyeballs go to Tiger if he's there, and maybe that's not what they need at the moment. So maybe Keegan is the right choice. I don't know. Definitely not Zach Johnson.
No.
Some of the US media were saying that, Tiger wants to be an away captain and to win in Ireland is the next one.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So that's what he's saying. Like he's going to, get all this stuff, live out of the way or whatever, the amalgamation of the PIF and the PGA. And then he's going to win in Ireland on that way. So he's going to be the away winning captain, which is a rare thing nowadays.
Yeah. Tiger's still in the back of his mind. I think he thinks he can still play, get on the team. I guarantee that's still in the corner of his mind.
That'd be great if he does.
Yeah, playing captain.
Be cool. He worked in the President's Cup, but he was in better shape back then.
Yeah, true.
I think Charlie will be on the team before Tiger is again.
Charlie.
How good is Charlie Woods, by the way?
Yeah, look, he's
God love
he's
him, man.
good.
He gets a lot of hype.
Yeah, he does.
Do you think
yeah,
he'd
look,
be a
he's-
tour player one day?
Oh, look, he
For
may be good
sure.
enough to be a tour player. I mean, to step into his dad's shoes is a huge ask. There's a lot of pressure on the kid. I feel sorry for him.
He's got game.
He can play. The kid can play. He's won a couple of events recently.
Maybe get on live.
Oh, God.
Take that, Dad.
Family feud.
I think they were going to pay his dad close to $1 billion to get him onto live, but he turned it down. So
That's crazy. Do you want to take that? Is that your tailor?
Jacket's ready.
yeah.
Oh, it's an unlisted number.
So the
One of the
Open,
girls from the
should we
bar
chat-
last night.
chat-
Yeah.
I hope my missus doesn't listen to this. Actually, she does. Sorry, Carrie.
That was Kieran, by the way.
Yeah.
Unlisted number. I'm blocked. I wouldn't have rang if it was me. Okay, cool. And okay, well, we'll be interested to see what else happens with that. And let's talk a little bit about the preview
Open.
of the Open.
Yeah. At Troon. Interesting event.
Who's going to win? Top picks.
Get two each.
I think has to be like a veteran. It's not going to
Adam
be.
Scott.
Yeah, it
so
could
last,
be.
Shown a
so
bit of-
last, yeah. So last time they played there, it was Stenson versus Mickelson down the stretch.
Oh, that was a great.
They reckon it was better than
Man,
the
that was-
77 with Tom
the duel in
Tom
the
Watson,
sun or
Jewel in the
whatever.
Sun, and
Yeah.
Nicholas. And even they both said that that's better golf.
It was unbelievable.
It was ridiculous. I mean, they ended up being so far ahead of everybody else in the field. So I think you're right. Somebody that's played there
That's
a little bit.
That's the best Stenson has ever played in his life, for sure.
Unbelievable golf.
I would just retire, mic drop, walk off.
I mean, that's devastated Phil too. I mean, Phil normally would have won that tournament.
But he
by-
won a US Open after that, so you can't.
Yeah, he did.
And Stenson hadn't won an Open or
Yeah.
won a major, so that's nice for him.
So I'm going to say I'll go Adam Scott, Cam Smith. Let's keep it Aussie. Both big chances. Adam's obviously trending nicely. Cam Smith's always a good player around courses like that. So, Kieran, who do you think?
I think Morikawa.
Good choice. He's won an Open before.
Yeah, Morikawa and Oberg.
Ooh, okay. Choice.
They're just showing amazing form.
Yeah.
Oberg's
He's playing.
He's dangerous, ain't that guy?
He's such a great player.
Such a natural player.
Ryan, have you been following?
I'm still just trying to get my bag together. You know, so.
just pick some American people. Bryson DeChambeau,
that's about the name I know.
Pick Bryson. Yeah, pick Bryson. You'd be safe.
Scotty Scheffler and Bryson DeChambeau. Just say it.
What is it? Arnold Palmer? I think
Jack Nicklaus.
Yeah, I know that one.
Bring him back.
From the Lazarus. Bring back the A team.
Okay.
Damon.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think Adam Scott, Cam Smith.
Now, look, if we're going to go, I'd love to say Shane Lowry and Rory McIlroy. I would love to say that. But reality check here, people.
Yeah, I'm not doing an Aussie thing.
Though.
I really think
Yeah,
Adam
so do
Scott's
I.
he's playing really good
Yeah,
golf.
he is.
And Cam Smith obviously won it 2 years ago.
Yep.
He's not playing the best golf lately,
No, but he's
but he raises to the
raised,
occasion.
I think
doesn't
so too. Yeah, so they're a big chance. Rory, I mean, you never know with Rory.
Yeah, he didn't play badly.
No,
He's just like, it just wasn't quite clicking for him,
no.
you know? But he's still like top 10. And
Yeah.
he's even when he's not really he's not playing well, he's still got, his bad is better than most people's
Yeah,
good.
it's very good.
You know, that's the thing. So my heart is willing Rory on to do it, to win it.
Yeah.
But I would say, Morikawa just looked like an absolute killer. He looked amazing. His iron play was just...
Where did he finish up in the Scottish?
He was up there. I think he was top 5, if not top 10. So
Yeah,
he's played well.
His putting's a bit iffy, dare I say.
Yeah.
But I mean, he was playing with Adam Scott, right? And every time Adam Scott would hit a great iron shot, Morikawa would be inside him.
Really?
Yeah, it's just incredible.
Yeah. So for those people listening, I don't know if you guys saw it. There's a really interesting thing on YouTube. There's actually a property. There's a house that sits right in the middle of the Troon. Golf Club
Yeah, I
property.
did see that.
So there's like a 5 or 6 minute sort of introduction about the house and its history and things like that. I thought that was fascinating. Really, I think it's called Black Rock property. So I think there's 2 families. It's one great big house, but it's separated. somehow.
So is that when they were building the course, they just refused to sell or something? Or
Yeah, look, I think it was. Yeah, look, it was there originally, and it had something to do with fishing or fishermen. Used to live there or something like that. Maybe I wasn't kind of listening when I was watching it, but it's pretty cool. If you've got 5 or 10 minutes, jump on YouTube and have a listen about it.
Is the history all about like a lot of broken windows, or
no? Actually, it's interesting you say that. I mean, it'd have to have broken windows because it's beside one green. I mean, one green, I think it might be 16 or 17, is right beside the house. And then there's a couple of tee boxes beside it as well. But there's a big marquee beside it during the Open. And Troon, I think, have tried to buy it forever, but they just refuse. And yeah, it's just a really cool, something a little bit.
It's different.
Unique. So check it out.
I mean, these courses are hundreds of years old, right? So
yeah, it's 18 and then
something.
Middle
what they
18.
call the National Trust will be involved, so they would say, "No, you're not touching anything."
Yeah, I don't think you can
this.
knock it down.
No, you can't.
Yeah,
and it's one of those cool things. It's like in St Andrews. Why is there a hole blocking half the fairway on one?
Yeah, that's right.
On the 17?
Yeah, 17. Yeah,
you have to hit it over a hotel.
over the corner.
Yeah, they have like they own land and they built on it. They built a bar. They built all sorts of stuff, and like even regular players when they're playing St Andrews have to hit it over this wall.
They're hitting it over the hill. I think you need to do your airplane noise again. You know?
Yeah, but I love that sort of stuff, the history, and it's just terrific. It's all part of it. So
yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, check it out.
Okie doke.
And that
golf?
starts this Thursday, yeah?
Yeah, this Thursday. Yep. So I think it's easy to watch here, isn't it?
A few more long nights.
I'll be heading to Ireland tomorrow, so I'm going to be in the vicinity to watch it. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah,
how many?
I won't
days?
be going over, unfortunately, but yeah, 10 days in Ireland.
Okay.
Yeah, just a little holiday. See
Very
the family.
good. Nice.
Yeah, I think so.
You going to play some golf when you're there?
I will. I don't think I'll bring my clubs. I'll just scab a crappy set.
Yeah.
The last time I played, my friend Owen, his brother Paul, gave me. He goes, I've got the. He opened the back of his van. He's a flooring guy. He opens the back of his van. He's pulling clubs from underneath all this like flooring and stuff. Has these offset ping one eyes or whatever.
Oh yeah.
What? It took me about 3 holes before I could even like make contact with the ball.
Yeah,
it was horrible.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it, so I might just do something like that again.
Very good.
I don't know, getting golf clubs off the back of a van with some Irish guy sounds pretty sketchy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's like, I got a full set in here somewhere.
I need more fingerprints on these.
He gave me like 3 or 4, and the driver was just horrible. In like a max fly.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's terrible. I was like, where did you get these clubs? He goes, I don't know, I just got them, picked it. I think he found them somewhere. But anyway, yeah, I'll probably play maybe once or twice.
Very good.
You got to do it.
Excellent. Damon, you having a hit?
Yep, I'm going to Karizawa.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
So I play at Naka Karizawa with Frank and the missus.
Yep. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, looking
Bit
forward to
cooler
that.
up there.
Yeah, much cooler there.
Like 10 degrees cooler than what it is, I think, here at the moment, isn't it?
No, actually, it's really nice now. It's mid-20s at the moment, but I think next week it's going to go high 30s, is it? 35, something like that.
In Karizawa?
No, in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Tokyo.
Yeah.
Yeah, up there it's 10 degrees cooler.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, much nicer.
It's actually chilly at night up there. Yeah, it's nice.
And yourself, Pro Joe?
Tomorrow, I've got to hit at Gatemba West tomorrow, and then that's about it for a little while. It's just hard to organise any at the moment, just with the heat and things like that. It's, people get out there and they just wilt in this sun. So
It's been cool recently, though.
it has been actually the last few days. There was a couple of days last week that were
It was hot on Saturday.
hot.
Oh, my goodness.
Damien, you played Tokyo Bayside with Frank and
Oh, that was week before.
I mean, you played on a ridiculously hot day, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, poor old Frank, after 9, retired.
You gave it away.
Yeah, it's too hot.
Yeah.
You got it. That's you should do that if you're not.
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
But even last week, Kieran and I played at Brickenwood, and that was super hot as well.
Sweltering.
That was really hot.
Yeah.
God, that would be hot there. I could just imagine it. That's a nice golf course. Now, that's over in Chiba too, isn't it?
Yeah.
I played there a
Chiba.
few times. I quite like it there.
I like
Actually,
that course.
Yeah,
I was saying
good track.
last week that I hated it.
It's
And
hard.
So this time the greens were too bad actually because it rained, so they were kind of soft.
Right.
So the balls held the greens, but it's such a tight. When the complaint now is that it's a tight course and 7 OB.
Yeah. I mean, if you hit it left or
7
right,
OB
you
got a
don't
par at the
find
end
it.
though to beat him by 1 shot.
He didn't.
So
beat me.
that's where you played.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool though, isn't it? Because you can play through there, which I always think is
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
a
right.
bit of a
It's
bonus.
like a
and-
little hot dog and a beer, and off you go.
yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
It's very sort of. I think there's a whole nother section over beside the second tee
The residents.
Yeah, the residents. There's a whole bunch of houses and things like that owned
150
by.
houses. We actually checked it out. Yeah, it's actually. It was 2 years or something since I've been there. Last time I was playing with Stefan Lefade. He fades the ball. Lefade is his actual name. But he, he has a lovely house there. He built it himself, and then But last time I was there was all these kind of hills, but now they're all full of houses.
Oh, are they?
So he said, they've actually stopped building.
It's quite substantial.
Yeah,
it's like a whole full-on community.
So I went over there.
Is, yeah.
I played with a guy that owned a property there, actually on the second tee. You can see his place, and we drove over there, but there was nothing really there. But that's probably 7 or 8 years ago.
150 houses.
150 houses.
No more.
Fully sold
that's
out.
Done, is it? And I think you can drive your buggies, like you drive buggies
onto the second hole.
Which is maybe the hardest hole in the world. That second hole from the back tees, down the hill to the left. Just the tightest tee shot ever.
Oh yeah, there's trees.
Both of us
smashed it there straight.
So that's a good drive down there.
Hole. Yeah, about par that hole actually.
Yeah, I did as well.
You're a good player though, but that's a hard golf course though.
It's I was just a little bit off on your OB.
Yeah, exactly. Don't even bother.
Just doesn't. You just can't get it.
Yeah.
I played my normal round. Played really good first 9. Then
you did play well in the first.
Wheels fell off.
Did you play through? So there's no excuse of stopping after 9 holes.
The OBs, yeah.
Okay.
Was it the mid-game beer or what?
Did you?
Well, it could be the heat.
It was a bit of
everything.
everything.
It did get hotter as we were playing. It was like, I think, by the time we went onto the back nine, it was like 11:30, 12 o'clock midday.
Yeah.
But no, shout out to Stefan, really good guy.
Yeah,
he used to be the Japan country manager for like Tiffany and Louis Vuitton and stuff like that. And he's got the craziest French accent.
Was he?
It's like, yes, I used to work at Cartier.
At the end, I was like, because he fades the ball, and I was like, oh, Stefan Lefade. And he was like, oh, yes, I see what you did there.
I see what you did there.
Good lad.
Very good.
No, it was
Do you
a great
get
day.
many people looking to play golf there? Any inquiries to go and play? Do you ever send people to Brick and
we've
Wood?
sent some people to Brick and Wood, but not so many inquiries to
Okay.
specifically
It's like an
go
S&M.
there.
It's like an S&M.
Oh, it is a little bit.
But
Yeah.
they've actually got accommodation out there now too. You
do
can
they?
stay, yeah.
If you're
okay.
a really, really good golfer and you're not particularly into really long golf courses, like you want to move it both ways, you're a really good iron player, and you want some slick greens.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, it's
Do it.
good track. Yeah.
Good test.
Yeah.
Really good test.
It is. Yeah, from the back tees is really hard.
Yeah.
So by the time you get back, we should have our new GT drivers.
That's right. Oh,
I haven't done my fitting yet.
Really?
No, coming up.
It's good.
Next week. Yeah.
Can't wait.
I'm saying that though, we were hitting the TSRs so far. We were smashing the.
I love
TSR
that.
2.
Yeah, I love my current driver. Yeah.
Genie,
It's a
man.
great driver.
Yeah, but GT driver, looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Should be cool.
Yeah.
Actually, the fairway with the 7 wood. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
The ladies club.
Not when I hit it, me.
What about Ryan? Ryan, you going
Ryan,
out?
sorry, Ryan.
I made an effort yesterday, put in some effort, went out. So I told you guys before about my area, like it's in the Kogane Golf Club area. So there's like a whole town where there's just like golf shop. There's like 3 or actually I think there's like 5 golf ranges all close to each other. There's 2 that are like literally right next to each other. So I found the cheapest one, went in there, and I really sort of could appreciate why something like golf in Japan would be a helpful service, because I think golf has a fair bit of resistance to it. And then Japan has a fair bit of resistance. So I met a lot of resistance yesterday and kind of was able to overcome, but just like little things, like little rules, like how to do it, how to get in there, people looking over your shoulder and everything like that. Like first thing was you have to bring your glove. So I'd actually forgotten my glove. So I had to go back and get it. They were like, you can't use this facility without a glove.
Really?
No way.
Yeah. House rule. He made me refund my money, get back in my car, drive back.
No way.
I mean, bad on me. I forgot my stuff. So that was dumb. But
They didn't sell gloves there?
They did not. This one, no. It was a real cheap, old-fashioned facility, and the guy was looking
It
over.
was a golf range, not like a baseball range.
Yeah, like no, it was a golf. It was proper.
I've never
golf.
heard of that.
No.
I've never heard of that. I mean, there's professional golfers who don't play with a glove.
Yeah. Freddie Couples does
Pretty
it.
couples, yeah. Boom, boom.
This is Japan, like so. I did the right thing. I was just like understood. I didn't try to make an excuse. I didn't try to like get an exception. I was just like understood. It's a rule. Rule's a rule. All right. But they were really happy when I came back. Because I think they could kind of see, they were like, oh, there goes that guy. But when I came back, they were super friendly. The guy helped me get set up. He was kind of giving me like lessons, which I didn't want. But, but he helped me get started on it. And, but they were kind of looking over my shoulder, just make sure that I wasn't, a bad influence or something like not disrespecting the game. I don't know, but I had a good time. Yeah, and just like hitting some straight shots. No more tempura. I could tell every ball I could see where it went. None of them were going up, Kieran. So
there you go. I got to give you these clubs before I leave. Maybe tomorrow.
I hope so. You'd be saving me some money because I have to rent clubs every time I go out. I got to play with a real nice club though. It was a Bridgestone.
Nice.
There you go.
Good Japanese brand.
We'll give you some Titleist.
Yeah, even better.
We should try and go up an early bird or something.
Oh, I'd be all about that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, cool. Well, I think that's it for this week. We look forward to watching the Open.
Yes,
and
having a chat next week about the winners. And
yep, I'll be in cooler climes, so I'll join you from Ireland, which should be fun.
Enjoy.
Okay, thanks guys.
Thanks,
See you next week.
See you later, guys.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.